This is your permission slip to speak your truth, own your story, and laugh through the chaos. Welcome to the Transparently Jordan podcast.
This is Radiant Voices Media.
Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode. In today's episode, we are talking about why I think letting go feels like losing, but sometimes it's really freedom. We love to hold on to this pain, don't we? We cling to it like it's a badge of honor, like proof that we've survived something. But the truth is, sometimes the very things we hold on to are the same things that are choking the life out of us. Letting go of people, of memories, of grudges, and toxic self-identities is so important. I think in this episode, I'm going to try and get honest. I'm going to try and get true and just talk deeply about some of my personal experiences as well. Why do we struggle to let go? I think there's this illusion of control. Holding on makes us feel like we're in control, as if keeping the memory of what hurt us will protect us from what's happening again. But really, I think it's just reliving the pain over and over and over again. I was significantly bullied as a kid and into my teenage years, my high school, and I think holding on to that for me puts up these walls now because I don't ever want to feel like that again. I think keeping those memories so close and reliving it only does harm because anytime that I personally think back to those experiences, I get depressed and I get sad and lonely, and that's not healthy. I think learning to let go of that struggle is something that I need to work on personally. And I've realized that it's actually not healthy. It's not protecting myself anymore. It's doing the opposite. It's tearing me down. I think we also struggle to let go because we have this kind of identity tied to pain. Some people only know themselves through trauma. I'm that person that was abandoned, I've been bullied, I've been overlooked, and letting go, losing those pieces of my history and letting go to those feels like it's letting go of my identity. And that's terrifying. That's sad. It's sad that I identify as somebody who's being bullied, somebody who's being teared down, somebody who's being overlooked, like story after story. But I think I don't want that to be my identity. And I've realized again that the fact that that is my identity, and I'm afraid that, losing a piece of those things are going to be losing my identity, it's just sad. I don't want to feel like that anymore. I think there's also this society's obsession with loyalty. We glorify sticking things out, even when it's toxic. Leaving a bad relationship or even cutting off family or saying enough to friends feels like a betrayal, but sometimes it's just survival for some of us. Now, here's the truth about people. Not everyone deserves forgiveness. We're told to forgive, to move on, and let love win. But here's my truth. Some people don't deserve forgiveness. Some people don't deserve another chance, and letting go doesn't mean forgiving. It means refusing to let them live rent-free in your mind. People don't change just because you want them to. One of the hardest pills to swallow is that you can love someone with your whole heart, but that doesn't mean that they will treat you right, respect you, or become the version of themselves you hope for. I fell for someone who I thought I had to make sacrifices for. I thought that I had to sacrifice my training, that I was weird for going to the gym all the time. And that's not necessarily because they made me feel that way, but because they treated me differently when I said I'm going to go to the gym in the morning, when I said I am going to go for a swim, when I said that I am going to spend time for me. They made it seem like I was the problem, basically. That's not respect. And even though I fell for this person, it doesn't mean that I need to not be me for them. This person didn't treat me with respect. They didn't respect my goals and they didn't respect my likes. They thought some of the things that I was doing was a bit too much, and that's fine. But I didn't need to stay in that relationship because I felt lonely, which I did at the time. So I left. And I think not having to settle for anything less than the respect that you deserve is something that is a hard pill to swallow, but it will make that relationship that you find so much more better. Letting go feels like grief because I think it is. You're not just losing a person or a memory, you're losing the imagined future you had attached to them. When I look back at my past, when I journal and when I try and purge of these bad memories, I do feel attached. Like I was saying, I think sometimes my part of my identity is the gay boy that got bullied, the gay boy that wasn't accepted on any of the teams that I played as a kid, and any of the sports that I played, sorry. I feel like I was never respected in the spaces that I was in. I was always overlooked. And losing that feels like I'm losing my identity. And it's scary. But I think also withdrawals are real. Cutting someone or something out of your life, walking away from a past version of yourself, feels like a withdrawal. You crave it. You crave those memories. You crave that person. You, like me, might feel lonely and want to text those people, want to go on Grindr or, get all of these things that aren't exactly fulfilling you, but are just trying to put a bandage on this loneliness. You want to go back, but it's like poison. Craving doesn't mean it's good for you. Sometimes we need to choose freedom over feeling familiar. Familiar isn't safe. Sometimes we confuse known with safe. Just because you know the pain doesn't mean you should stay in it. Just because you know that you are safe in a situation that you're putting yourself in doesn't mean that it's the best for you. I think sometimes feeling uncomfortable and free is how we grow as people. You have to reclaim your energy. Imagine what would happen if you took all this mental energy you've spent replaying this betrayal and that heartbreak, that toxic friendship, or whatever it might be, and pour it into building something new for yourself. You'd be unstoppable. Letting go is an act of rebellion. In a culture that teaches us to endure, to tolerate, to stick it out, letting go is saying, I choose myself, and that's okay. Letting go isn't weakness, it's strength. It's not betrayal, it's survival. Stop asking why they hurt you, why it happened, why it still lingers, and instead start asking, why am I still giving it power? The day you stop rehearsing the pain is the day you start living free. And maybe that's what real healing is. It's not forgiving, not forgetting, but finally choosing freedom. So here's my challenge for you. What's one thing, one memory, or one person you need to finally let go of? What's the weight you've been carrying that's breaking your back? because you don't need to carry it tomorrow.